Hi guys,
I,
welcome back to our YouTube channel. We are the Bebon Kings and your host here at Trinity Relationships. So today we'll be discussing a question someone asked us on PV. So the question was, when is it right to discuss sex during courtship? It's a very important question. I think that every person who is in courtship considering marriage should discuss, like the discussion
Okay.
about it should be intentional. When should we talk about sex?
so one of the mistakes we made when we were dating, when we were in courtship, was that we began discussing about sex a bit earlier, and luckily for us, God be merciful, we started counseling very early, and our counselors helped us to know that it was inappropriate to discuss sex at that point of our relationship. And looking back and seeing what that was leading us to, I mean, when anything you discuss builds up, anything you discuss becomes what will be on your mind and what would likely lead you. If you start talking about sex, oh God, the pressure will start building. And before you know, your hand will be moving, your hands are making moves
I
towards your
see.
partner. So, discussing when to discuss sex when dating or in courtship is very, very important. If you discuss it during the wrong period, before you know it, you will be in the bed cruising one another. So, it's
My
very
God.
important to know when to discuss about sex. Yes, you can talk about um, premarital workups, do your premarital workups, but when you want to really go to discuss about sex, it should be close to your marriage. When you're about to get married, maybe few weeks or days towards your marriage, you can discuss about sex, knowing that after that, I mean, you are free to enjoy yourselves.
I
So
mean,
I think
that was really a mistake we made because this pious looking sister, hey, I wanted this brother to cuddle me. Now I can just imagine. Hi, I can just imagine if we kept on
having such discussions.
having such discussions. You, the girl, maybe you'll be saying that no, that so long as you are not touched, it doesn't arouse anything. I see it's a lie.
Yes,
Let a fellow sister in the Lord tell you it's a lie. Those discussions have a way that they cause you. Yes, it builds up the pressure, and then you start imagining, like you imagine being cuddled, you imagine being, you can imagine the rest of the scene.
and I can imagine what the brothers will imagine.
Yeah.
Mercy on us.
So really, I'm grateful to our counselors for having stepped in at that time. It was those were one of really the first things that they told us about discussing sex later. And when they were giving us like the different things we'll be talking about, they told us that they're intentionally putting the discussion about sex last. And they really did a great job, I mean, talking about the sex, like all some of those little intricacies, they really spoke about it. And they spoke about it at a time where we're already into the wedding preparations, and we even needed money. So I mean, sex was like the last thing on our minds.
our mind, I'm
When the
telling you,
decor person is calling you, you need to send these hundreds of thousands, the drinks, the hall, the this one, the this one. So I mean, sex was one of the last things on my mind. What about you?
Same. The pressure on making sure the wedding preparations were right. I mean, that was what was in our mind at that time. So discussing that at that time, it really did not really put us on the urge of.
I mean, yeah.
So I think that when you should discussing is very, very crucial. And let's look at solo. If you look at Songs of Songs, chapter 8, verse 4, it says, "Oh, daughters of Jerusalem, I charge you, do not stir up nor awaken love until it pleases." It means that if you stir up desires of sex because you discuss on sex and all these things, romance, if you discuss about it, before you know it, it start building up in you. And just few months before you know it, what will you be doing or what your mind will be thinking, you cannot imagine it. So it's something that you should consciously decide not to talk about it in a moment you judge it's not right, or your wedding period is not at the corner. Don't talk about sex. It will put you on a very tight corner, and before you know, you compromise some of your values. So we encourage you, don't discuss love or sex when it's not its time.
Is it difficult? Is it difficult to stick to that decision? Yes, but
possible.
when you look at the goal, when you look at your desired outcome, you'll be easier, and trust the Holy Spirit to help you. And those moments where you feel like the pressure is rising, I know that the exceptional points about sex that you can talk about when you are so far away. Because if I feel that, okay, the pressure to have sex is rising, I talk about it with you, I talk about it with my counselors, and then we come to a point of compromise that, okay, what is going to help you to overcome this? Is it staying away for a while? Is it, and then you do it, and when you've overcome it, you continue the
But
flow.
I think that if you are in the courtship period, if you want to put yourself on the right path, when you are thinking about sex, you should discuss it when your partner is there with the counselor. That's the moment you should discuss it. If you discuss it, both of you,
that's true.
no matter when, it's going to lead you on the wrong track. So I think that when you want to talk about sex, make sure you're discussing with your counselor, and you have an open space. And when you discuss when you finish, don't talk about it again. Your partner should know that you put you on a very dangerous corner. So I think that's the wisdom you can apply in your relationship if you're in one, or if you are still planning to have this mindset, and it's greatly going to help you.
So, do not stir up nor awaken love until it pleases. So that's that's the conclusion of this video.
Yes.
So keep it for the right time. Thank you, faithful viewers. Thank you, faithful subscribers. For those who have not yet subscribed, please
do subscribe.
Do well
It's
to
going to help us,
subscribe.
and also help us share the video in your contact, or just talk about the video. Share it also.
See ya.
I'm sure it's going to bless somebody.
Bye bye. God bless you.